I have made it no secret. I've made it no secret throughout the history of this channel that I am a Barca fan and that I've never liked Real Madrid and I will probably never like Real Madrid. But football is a sport where you it's known as the beautiful game for a reason and we want to keep it that way. A couple days ago, I think it was the day before yesterday actually, Gianluca Prestiani walked up to Vinicius Jr. and, according to Mbappe, called him the word mono. For my non-Spanish speaking friends, that means monkey. It's messed up. It's honestly disgusting what is going on with this. The same thing happened with Balotelli. Patrice Evra, it was what Luis Suarez told him. Dani Alves happened to Yamal in El Clásico 2024. It's happened to Osimhen by his own club, and it's happened to Vini on multiple occasions. If this is true, I'm going to say one thing. It seems very true. No player does like this to say something that they don't want the cameras to unless they're going to say something that they don't want the cameras to lip read. And I want to get the record straight because I have genuinely heard some disgusting people trying to defend this act, trying to call this act good. Euro 2021, one of the earliest tournaments that I watched. And it came to penalty shootouts. Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, and I believe it was Jadon Sancho all missed their penalties. Everyone was abusive to them. This is a sport, and UEFA keeps doing their copy-pasted replies and tweets on all of this. This is not a good way to endure what's going on currently. Benfica defends this player. Benfica defends the player. And I get it. A club's always going to be on the side of the player. If the player says they're not guilty, the club's going to say that they're not guilty. If the player admits that he's guilty, the club's going to admit that the player is guilty. He's not guilty. I don't want Prestiani at the World Cup, and I know he's not going to be at the World Cup because he's not talented. But if I see him wearing the jersey of his national team, then it is a disgrace. The minute that Leo Messi retires, I will stop cheering for Argentina in major tournaments. Because if this kid is their future at right wing, then I am sorry, but I cannot with this. Vini Jr. may have taunted, and I might not like Vini Jr. because he taunts a lot, but there is no excuse for what Prestiani did, and there will never, ever be an excuse. 10-15 years ago, Luis Suarez did the same thing to Patrice Evra. The backlash was double of what we're giving now. UEFA could not care at all. We have always said say no to racism, but it's in the sport every single day. Every single week, it seems like there's a news thing going on, and it's not just racism. The other week, I think Angelo Stiller was getting abuse for a facial feature. This game is a beautiful game. We shouldn't have harming or taunting in this game. The NBA, for example, let's talk about the NBA. Taunting, you're immediately kicked out of the game. If in football they gave you a red card for taunting, Jose Mourinho would never be a manager again. And it's funny because he called out Vinicius for taunting. Jose Mourinho called out Vinicius for taunting. Jose Mourinho, the guy who taunted Barca fans in 2010, is the guy who's calling out Vinicius Jr. for taunting. I honestly don't. This game should not be defined about how someone looks. This is a beautiful game. Today I wear the Spain shirt to represent so pissed, honestly. The Osimhen situation where his own club made fun of him, calling him a coconut. What inspired me to make this video, you guys might say? 2 reasons. A video that I saw by a YouTuber called Abel, that inspired me. And the second reason, I heard someone defending this. I heard someone making fun of Vinny. And like, this was IRL. I'm not talking about the Prestiani situation. Someone in real life told me that they thought that he was the same word that Prestiani called him. That pissed me off. It hurts to see that in this sport, it's getting so dirtied because of this. I made this video to make a small difference. I probably won't make much because I'm a kid with a camera, but I feel like it would be inappropriate to skip on the chance to tell everyone that I do not support Prestiani's actions, and it's a disgrace, it's disrespectful. I didn't know what I was going to say when I turned on the camera. Dani Alves, El Clásico 2014, it's throwing a banana at him. 2024, Lamine Yamal gets abused. Football is a beautiful sport, and it gets ruined every day. It gets polluted by these people that don't understand it. It's been happening forever. I personally don't have much for people to make fun of, but I do have two experiences that I can share with the world now comfortably. Two things that people have called me. People have made fun of me for being ginger and for having a big forehead. Two things. I imagine that if I'm in a game and I get called either one of those things, I'm gonna get mad. They're not even close to as bad as what they said to Vini, and I would get mad. This just shows how far this just shows how people need to be careful. Prestiani, I don't want to see you in any tournament, major tournament ever again. I want to get you banned from all football activity. We can't, because you refuse to admit it. You're a coward. If you're watching this, Prestiani, which you're probably not, or if anyone who knows or is related to Prestiani, tell him that I think that he's a coward. He's a coward. Admit what you said to the world. Admit that you're a bad person. Maybe there's hope back. And Vinny, you'll never be a player that I like, but today I stand with you. Because Thierry Henry said something among these lines, and I want to quote him. Doesn't matter what shirt you wear, you can't say this kind of disrespectful stuff. To anyone who watched this far in, thank you. I want this message to be spread across the world. I want Prestiani to give a big apology to Vinicius. His wallpaper, he made his wallpaper Vinicius. Do you realize how much of a disrespect that is to a man? I want Prestiani to give a big apology. I want Napoli to apologize to Osimhen. I want the Real Madrid fans to apologize to Dani Alves. And I want Suarez to apologize to Patrice Evra. Most of these will be very late apologies, 10 to 15 years late. It's never too late to say sorry.